Welcome, Galarian Challengers, to the first edition of Team Ouro News. I'm Eric.
I'm Austin.
I'm Tristan.
And we are Team Ouro Gaming. This week we are sitting in Hammerlock Hills ready to bring you the coverage of the plans for the channel and the new VGC Rules set for Pokemon Sword and Shield.
Let's get started.
Our goal for the channel is to set up all viewers with Pokemon Weekly News. Whether you're a competitive player, a shiny hunter, a casual player, or just starting your journey, we'll be covering the following: VGC competitive guides, future tournament locations, standings, and rule changes. Shiny hunting and breeding guides will also follow. We'll be the first ones to let you know about max raid and in-game event updates and help you gain an understanding of your Pokemon stats and moveset.
Effective January 4th, 2020, as battles move to Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield on Nintendo Switch, tournaments in the 2020 Video Game Championships will include the following rules. All battles will be double battles. Each player will need their own Nintendo Switch or Nintendo Switch Lite, as well as a physical or digital version of Pokemon Sword or Pokemon Shield. Pokemon will need to have the Galar symbol. The symbol can be found in a respective Pokemon summary. All Pokemon from the Galar region Pokedex will be permitted except for mythical Pokemon and certain legendary Pokemon. All Pokemon will be set to level 50, including Pokemon below level 50. Duplicate Pokemon will not be permitted within a team, and duplicate held items will not be allowed within a team.
Additionally, VGC restrictions apply to Pokemon that are capable of Gigantamaxing. While such Pokemon are very rare, there are sometimes opportunities to find them more frequently. The following Gigantamax Pokemon are permitted to compete: Butterfree, Corviknight, Dreadnought, Centiskorch, Meowth, Pikachu, Eevee, Snorlax, Sandaconda, and finally Gigantamax Charizard, though it is only permitted with the ability Blaze.
Okay, guys, so since Sword and Shield is relatively new, I was just kind of wondering what you guys were thinking. What were your guys' thoughts on the game? Likes, dislikes?
Well, I mean, my first impression of the game was coming from you guys. So I wasn't going to buy it. I wasn't going to pick it up. I was playing my World of Warcraft with no problems and just cranking away in Classic WoW.
Yeah.
Tristan's really the one who started to pull me in. So Tristan, what do you think your first impression was?
After playing through the first two routes, getting to the wild area, I'd say it's great so far and still staying strong. We do max raids and play hours on end. It's one of my top favorite Pokemon games that's come out.
Oh, easily.
Yeah.
Probably one of the most fun Pokemon games.
I'd have to agree.
I mean, you guys... Sorry.
Oh, no, you're good. I haven't played a Pokemon game and been this into it since, I would probably say, when X first dropped. And since then, I've never really been able to get through a storyline or anything in Pokemon. It hasn't had the content to really keep me pulled in.
I mean, I came back for Sword and Shield. I mean, not Sword and Shield. Obviously Sword and Shield. For Sun and Moon.
Yeah.
And played that all the way through because the trading card game was when I was getting into the trading card game. But played the storyline. I don't think I've completed the decks. I haven't completed Sword and Shield's decks yet, but it's the closest I've ever been to completing a deck.
Definitely. I've never, not even in the original games, ever gotten close to finishing a Pokedex. And this one, I'm closest ever been to doing that.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I never really had the trade support with the older games to be able to get the decks, but I actually finished my decks in, what was that about? First
about
two
and
and
a
a
half?
half?
Yeah, two and a half
I think I
weeks.
started
About
playing.
when
I think it was 2 or 3 days after I started playing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was astounded. I was actually really happy with myself that I even got that far.
Well, it's a big accomplishment for your first time, too, if you've never done it in a previous game.
And even after that, I'm still glued in. I'm
There's
playing
just so
max
much
raids crazy.
end game content.
Yeah, and now it's way easier to start playing with tournament Pokemon, or at least it's easier to get a hold of your Ditto to start breeding.
I mean, and the biggest part for me, as far as what's really drawing me into why we're even starting the team, why Team Ouro Gaming exists, is IV training, knowing your EVs, getting all stuff like that going. And don't worry, guys, there's a video coming on what the heck we're talking about. I know what we're talking about at this point. all those, and breeding is easier, and getting everything maxed out, and changing attacks, and just the information from all the different games laid out is just a lot easier to get a hold of right at the beginning.
Yeah.
So
it's an easy game to learn compared to the previous versions of the Pokemon games.
Well, and the max raid battles, dropping the candies to level your Pokemon up.
Quickest way.
I was trying to
on top of the jobs.
On top of the jobs.
Oh yeah, the new EV jobs. Yeah.
I was trying to play in Sword and Shield. Sun and Moon. I wish they didn't both start with S's.
Yeah.
That's my biggest.
That's
my biggest complaint about Sword and Shield is that it starts with an
Moon,
S. Yeah, thanks.
Guys. Kept it going.
Thanks. You hearing that, Pokemon?
Yeah.
Yeah, you hear that? Game Freak? You got that?
Yeah.
No S's next time. Okay. So, my biggest thing is that it take me 8-9 hours to get one Pokemon made.
Oh, yeah.
To get to level 100.
Yeah.
And now I can use Pokejobs. I breed 4 of the Pokemon. I'm making, I train 2 of them up for you, get them all to 100, and then I'm able to pass off those. And there is a competition going to be coming up for you guys, too, where we're going to be each month giving away a Pokemon team that we use in our battle videos. Mm-hmm. So part of me training 3 Pokemon for us is a 4th that's going to go to one of you guys as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's what's going to be pretty cool for you guys. So you'll see some of our videos where we'll actually be rewarding viewers by giving you a Pokemon team that we're training up while we're training our own teams up.
Helping you guys out, too.
I think we plan to delve into Trick Room first, right?
Yeah, the Trick Room team and the Trick Room video are going to be out probably the next couple weeks.
Yeah.
As we dive into that, we have a lot of introduction stuff we want to do first.
Yeah. Definitely.
So what do you guys think of the new Pokemons?
I love them.
Yeah, no, they're great. I think they did a great job introducing a whole new set of Pokemon. Right now, I think my favorite, and they're kind of the crowd favorites too, but I adore them, and that's the Dragapult and the Toxtricity.
Toxtricity and Dragapult.
Especially the amped form of Toxtricity, which is the yellow-purple one. I've been loving it.
Yeah, one of the cool things I thought is a lot of the Pokemons are back to Stage 3s.
Oh, yeah.
Because I felt like a lot of the Pokemon games were just going to have the starter Pokemon, and those are the only 3-stage Pokemon.
There's a couple.
Is that how it was through? Yeah.
A
lot of the games.
Back in my day, you call me old?
No. I'm saying through Sun and Moon because I did miss that whole section.
Sun and Moon.
No, there was always a couple of them.
Yeah.
I just feel like, and I might be wrong. We might be wrong in this. My feeling is just that there's a lot more Stage 2 Pokemon to go with, but there's also some that came through the decks as well, like Charizard. The only one so far.
Yeah,
we'll not get into that topic.
Yeah.
We'll just ignore that for now.
Yeah.
So Toxtricity and Dragapult,
which both had fantastic new type mixtures that you haven't really seen before.
Oh, there's a lot of new type mixtures.
Yeah, the type coverage is just going to be incredible for this year's competitive scene.
New Pokemon, I'd have to probably just stick with my Fireboy, Cinderace. I definitely like him. He hits hard and is doing great from what I've been seeing.
I mean, I'm always team grass, so I always start with grass first.
Yeah,
Grookey. But the fires usually have the best forms.
Yeah.
I
mean, Rillaboom was pretty cool.
Rillaboom's really cool as well, but I still think Cinderace is probably one of the best of the starters.
Honestly, out of all the forms, I think the second form, Reboot, is probably the coolest starter.
Yeah, it looks like a ninja bunny.
I love it.
They should have kept a little of the ninja-ness in this final soccer
viable,
phase.
I would definitely run it with an Everstone on it, just so I have a level 100 Reboot.
Yeah, exactly. Can you still? I mean, as long as you can do everything you need to have, why not do it? So for me, it was definitely going to be Copperajah. I always love the elephant Pokemon, but just its G-Max form.
Oh, it's huge.
It's huge, and the trunk just gets massive like a giant plow.
And the tusks.
It is just. It's a cool Pokemon, and I love how big it is in the open world. And that's the best part about the wild area to me, going back to the wild area.
Yeah,
it's having the Pokemon that are the size around. I mean, besides the fact they spawn 1 inch away from your face.
Yeah,
but
scaring you.
Being able to walk up onto them and seeing your size relative to the Pokemon size is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And now that we have that brought up, I would just like to say one of my smaller dislikes was kind of the spawn rate on the overworld Pokemon. When you're biking around, a lot of them will just pop up on you.
Correct.
Yeah.
And I just felt like they could have added a bit more FPS to the game, mainly in the wild area.
Correct. I mean, but here's the thing that I've been trying to come up with. Have you guys paid attention to it when you are online versus not online? Because can you see them from further away when you're offline, and they shorten the frames on that? Because that's one thing.
I think it was still spawning late on me when I wasn't online as well. But that is something that I'm not 100% sure on.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still so
yeah.
stoked that there's Pokemon in the open world.
Oh,
Yes,
that's
yes,
cool.
that was
Well, and I like
fantastic.
that they kind of learned from the original games that kept Pokemon hidden too, and then they took the new concept of Pikachu Eevee where you could see them, and they
Yeah, the
kind
Let's
of
Go series.
crashed,
Yeah.
put those together, and now you still can run into the grass and still get random encounters, but then there's still the ones that you can see just running around as well. I like that they kind of combined those two together, so it's not Eevee and Pikachu's way, which I didn't prefer. Like, it was cool seeing them just flying around
Yeah.
or whatever, but I did like the combination better once we got into the physical wild area of the game.
Yeah, having my wild battles back
Yeah.
was pretty nice through the gameplay.
With the
though.
random ones, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
just
with,
walking through the grass.
well,
yeah.
just having the battle back. Period.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Because,
instead
I mean, you
of
used to have
just
to
the
catch 'em.
catch, with
So-
the Pikachu
Yeah.
Eevee games. So,
we've all agreed. We talked about this online. We get frustrated about online.
mhm.
Probably the biggest flaw. I mean, the best thing about it that's most fun is the max
Yeah.
raids.
Oh, they're
The
great.
worst thing about it is getting to max raids with your friends.
Connections is an
Yeah.
ix
The connecting to each other. On max
The
raids.
other thing along line with connection is just not so much the community, but just people not joining. Like, I feel like
and that's
there's all these players, but they don't join.
what I'm trying
and
to
I
wonder.
feel
if
like
the
it's just
communications.
yeah, it could just be the way it's
Communication.
communicated.
Or you're like
Because-
me and you forget to go online.
Well,
Yeah,
You'd
I've
be like, why,
done that.
why
yeah.
is nobody joining me? Oh, I'm not connected to the internet, and
I've done that.
nobody in my house is playing.
Yeah.
Weird.
Exactly.
Weird. I'm home by myself
Yep.
and no one's playing. Yeah.
The thing about it too is, it could just very well be connections. Because the first time I connect in, if I get nobody out, I actually back out and then start it back up again.
Yeah.
And that second time,
Usually
about
find
half the time, it'll
People
find me one or two
join,
more
yeah.
people.
Okay.
So
But
mean,
the
I-
fact that we try to play with each other,
yeah.
and we got to restart it 3 times
Correct.
for us to all be in the same lobby, just because it doesn't want to show up on the feed.
Yeah.
Right.
That's a little bit.
And I think we'll see. I mean, we'll see what's coming up with the updates.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
They've been updating it
correct.
within the first week.
So
adding
hopefully this
new
is something that's
stuff.
going to be solved by the time this video comes out. Honestly.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we'll let you know in the week
Yeah.
after that.
Yeah.
So I mean, we got likes, we got dislikes, nothing too crazy. I mean, I'm happy with the length of the campaign. I was happy
It
with
was
the length of the
a
story.
good. If you took your time, I would say it was a good average, 35, 40, and then maybe a little bit extra for that second story
Correct.
ending,
Correct.
and that's good enough time period to keep someone locked in on that campaign. If it was any longer or shorter, I don't know if I would have been intrigued to play more after. But that number, like 30 to 40 hours, kept me hooked enough, and it's a great story.
Yeah.
I love the story, like trying to say that thousands of years ago there was these 2 heroes with the dogs, and
Correct.
I thought that story was great.
Yeah.
I just really miss getting pummeled by gym leaders.
The
That's
gym
the
leaders-
one thing I'll say.
That's
I miss getting pummeled by gym leaders.
So that's the thing I was trying to do
Because
too.
by the time you finally beat it, you actually had this feeling of just overcoming something that you got stuck on for
Well, and that's
an
one
hour,
thing
or,
I miss.
or had to go train more because you realized you
But
weren't strong
we
enough.
talk to people that don't play the game like us.
Yeah.
That's the next thing. So if you get that
Yeah.
13-year-old kid, this is their first Pokemon game. How hard were those first gyms for them? We know type covers.
Oh, yeah.
We know to have 2
Yeah.
water Pokemon go into the grass gym and
Yeah.
just do hydro
So
pump
for
until
yeah.
they're gone.
So pretty much what
True.
you're saying is, for us, it was easier because we knew previous Pokemon games.
But going to the
for
gyms-
someone beginner, it might be
our
harder.
type coverages.
yeah, here's
Yeah.
my gyms. We have the first 2 gyms, and they have these great puzzles that you have to solve.
Oh, I love.
And the
it
second
makes
puzzle
you
got
think.
so much harder. Like
Mhm.
I mean, I was streaming it, and I felt really embarrassed how long it took
Yeah.
me to get through the second one, and then they stopped.
Yeah. It's like where'd the puzzles
Guys, spend another month and come up with a puzzle for every single gym
Yeah.
and make it harder each time.
go? Well, that's
Besides, I mean, like the Team Yell one, you just talk to people.
Yeah.
You battle. It went back to the old gym. I mean, you battle people to get through
Yeah.
each stage, you do that. But I was so excited about the puzzles before every single gym leader,
yeah,
and then I finished the second
Well,
one.
that's like the
and I was excited for
water
the
one.
third, and then you're like, yeah, it was the water one,
yeah.
and then you're done. You're like, okay,
Yeah.
there goes all those puzzles.
Well, oh well, actually, the gym I was about to bring up is a gym that isn't in your game.
Oh,
It would be the rock gym for you, but the ice gym.
Oh, that was
we
a pain.
I watched him get
Such
stuck on it. Get stuck on it.
pain.
Yeah, you had the ice wood You
Fog
had to
up.
walk through like this. It was a super foggy area.
Yeah.
You had to walk through this area with.
It was like a
Oh no, it's the same thing.
radar.
Oh, it
thing,
is.
the
Yeah.
same thing.
Is it the same on
Yeah,
that?
a little radar thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I just ran everywhere
Oh, so
until everything
no,
figured
oh,
out,
Yeah.
and then I finished walking through.
Gotcha. Okay.
So
I felt it
okay.
out. I was like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did that for about 5 minutes, and I just
And then
realized
you're
that I
like,
respawned because I was so worried
gotcha.
about falling in. And once I
Yeah.
fell in, I was like, "Oh, you just respawn." I just started running.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay.
So that I might have cheated on that one. I mean, like I just ignored the
cheating.
mechanic. Yeah, I just ignored the mechanics.
yeah.
I wasn't worried about falling. at
Yeah.
all. I mean, really, we got to wrap this up because we don't want the video to be absolutely too long.
Yeah.
Any like major things that you can think of right off the top of your head that really you think need to be addressed or changed going forward? I mean, none of us have competed this season yet, so we don't have anything there. Any predictions you have that are just out of the way that need to be solved?
I hope, like the past games, I hope they do more like exclusive Pokemons that you get from like GameStop and stuff, like ones that they haven't had in the game, like if it's shiny or something. But like bring, I know it's not a national Dex game, but I hope they bring in like old generation
Correct.
Pokemon.
Yeah, that would be a great way to do it.
Yeah,
That'd be a great way
and
to
that's
do it.
how they've
Well,
done a lot of that sort of thing in the
and-
past too.
they've actually kind of already announced. I mean, I know we will be getting. They've added more than I'm gonna say because I can't remember all of them.
Oh, okay.
But I know they're adding Necrozma in at some
Yeah,
point.
I did hear
Okay,
that.
And-
yeah,
and-
yeah,
and
I
I
did hear
think-
that rumor. Yeah.
And I think they're going to take more of a mystery gift, just kind of position with it instead of giving out exclusive codes. But that's just because they have such a high internet-based game now.
Correct,
and
correct.
It's actually
Well,
relying on it a lot more so
all the
than
previous
it
games
used
never
to.
had
Correct.
a high internet connection for the like max
Correct.
raid battles of this one.
Correct.
So they've got a lot to work with now, and I think it's going to go far.
But for me right now, I don't really think there's much I would bring up to address. I've been very happy with the game, and I feel like there's a lot more to come our way.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
I do too.
definitely.
So on behalf of Tristan, Austin, and myself, we'd like to thank you for joining us for our first episode.
Since we know this is your first time here, please hit the like and subscribe button down below. It's going to help us kind of get boosted and kind of realize what we need to be making for our content viewers.
And we just want to say thank you, challengers, for tuning in to Team Ouro's Gaming News.